the idea of having Mbumo up front and Dorgu on the left wing in games where we're going to be counter-attacking more, there's going to be more transitions and there's going to be more space to attack playing against the likes of City and Arsenal really makes sense to me. And if I think back to when Amorim was in charge, I don't think he ever really adapted based on what the opposition was going to do. We just played the same players in the same bullshit formation with the same bullshit tactics and hope for the best. For me, there never seemed to be any thinking behind the decisions that he was making regarding the starting 11 or regarding how we approach the game. However, I think against Fulham on the weekend, we're probably going to see a different forward line. I could be wrong. Obviously, Mbumo scored 2 and 2, Dorgu scored 2 and 2, so you might be silly to even think about taking them out of the team. But I think when you're playing against Fulham at Old Trafford, we're probably going to come and sit deeper in more of a low block and probably be more difficult to break down. And we know we've struggled breaking down teams that come to Old Trafford and sit back. I think you might see both of these two guys coming to the starting lineup on the weekend. Now, I'm not sure if that means Mbumo hits the bench or Ahmad hits the bench and Mbumo goes to the right wing. I don't know what that will entail. I don't know if I might be chatting shit. It might be an unchanged team for the third game in a row. But I think against a team you're probably going to have more of the ball. You probably want Cunha on that left-hand side as opposed to Dorgu. I think against a low block, somebody like Cunha who can create a moment like he did against Arsenal out of nothing. Yes, Dorgu scored a banger. But if we're comparing Dorgu and Cunha in terms of who can just create something out of nothing, beat a couple man and make things happen from that left-hand side, it's not... Shout out Dorgu, he's been amazing, but it's not a conversation. Like, I want Cunha in that role. And Mbumo up front, I think that works better when he's got space. I think you saw against Man City, the counter-attack, beautiful. You see against Arsenal, anticipation, and I trust him when he gets in front of goal, which is super important. I'm not saying take him out of the team. He might have to go to the right. Ahmad might have to come to the bench for a game. I don't know. I think we've got different options and different profiles that we can put in the forward line. I'd like to see Sesko get a start. He was in decent form before Carrick came. 3 goals in 2 games under Fletcher. I think let him have at it, man. And I think you might see a forward line of Sesko, Cunha, Bruno, and then Ahmad or Mbumo on the right hand side. With Dorgu, you could put Dorgu at left back and have him overlapping and give Shaw a rest. But Shaw's been really good. I don't know, but I feel like Michael Carrick thinks about the game. He thinks about the opposition and he puts his team on the pitch to deal with the opposition. So I'll actually be surprised if we see an unchanged lineup for the third game in a row. But it'll be interesting to see. Let me know what you think. Who would you play against Fulham? Like, would you bring Sesko in up top? Would you leave the team as it is? You don't fix it if it's broken. But I also think you have to take into consideration who we're playing against and how the game is going to play out. I don't know, man.